Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. This is always a really fun meeting. Our Show of Force meetings, we get together as many of our wellness villagers as are available to really demonstrate the full spectrum of resources that are available to people with Parkinson's. There's a lot that you might not know is out there. So this is a great chance to just get really a sampling of what's available in our Wellness Village resource directory and learn about the best from the best. So for our villagers, welcome and thank you for joining us. I'm going to be, I've got a list of names of people who RSVP'd tonight in front of me, and I'm going to be working through that list. We have had a few cancellations over the course of the day, a few people who had things arise or come up. So I've crossed off a few names. If I accidentally crossed off your name and you are actually here and we get to the end of this and you haven't had a chance to speak, please give me a shout or wave your hand so that we can make sure you get your spotlight. And to our constituents, welcome, thank you. Buckle up and sit back. We're going to be doing a rapid fire round of information here. So I will be calling on our various villagers to give their information about what they do. I'm going to ask everyone to hold your questions until the very end of the meeting, and then we will have time to ask questions of all of our villagers. So if you've got a burning question, write it down or drop it in the chat and we can revisit it later. But we're going to start by just getting through all of the villagers that are here, and then we will open it up for questions. So without further ado, I am going to get started with Abbott. I'm not sure if I saw Jason log on yet. Jason or Apollo, are you in the building? Looks like no. All right. So Maya, I did see that you are here. Welcome, Maya. Maya is with Abbott, which makes deep brain stimulation device. Abbott's deep brain stimulation therapy helps people with Parkinson's and essential tremor to control these symptoms and live a fuller life. So I will turn it over to you, Maya. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. I'm actually from Boston Scientific, not Abbott.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's essentially they're all deep brain stimulation systems. So deep brain stimulation, or DBS, is a surgical therapy very similar to what you would think of as a pacemaker, but for the brain. And like Eileen mentioned, it helps with the motor symptoms of Parkinson's disease or essential tremor. And when I say motor symptoms, I'm talking tremor, rigidity, slowness and stiffness, and postural instability. So those are the things that deep brain stimulation helps with. And it's hard to show you, but I did kind of want to just quickly do like an overview of what it means when we say you're having deep brain stimulation surgery. So it's essentially, not sure you can see that here, but very kind of thin wire that's implanted into the region of the brain that is then connected to a pulse generator, or what we like to say a pacemaker. And that pacemaker sends very mild electrical impulses to the region of the brain that helps those motor symptoms. So in a nutshell, that's how it works. Boston Scientific is really well known for their great rechargeable battery, which essentially means that this battery here will last you at least 15 years. And it just allows for really kind of quick wireless charging using a collar like this. So if you or anybody are interested in learning more about it, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. We also have a great amount of patient ambassadors who have undergone the surgery that you can speak to directly. That way I can talk about it until I'm blue in the face, but I haven't had the surgery myself. So we're here as a resource. So please let me know if I can answer questions after we're done.
Thank you, Maya. And that was exactly 2 minutes. You nailed it.
Perfect.
Yeah, there are some videos that Boston Scientific has up on their site that are really great examples of the power of this technology, and we're also always happy to answer questions or connect you directly with Maya. Next up, I have John Mason of Bright Star Care. Is John in the building yet? All right, we will return to that one as well. How about Anthony and Maria with Callao Bay? Oh, okay. Randy, I know you're here. So Randy is with ComforTek Seating. Falls and injuries can be very devastating for people with Parkinson's and caregivers. And a lot of those falls take place around vulnerable times like meal times. So Randy has a technology that can help both the person with Parkinson's and caregivers. And Randy, I will let you take it away.
Thank you so much. Do I have opportunity to share my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very kindly for that introduction. What we are really trying to do is to provide peace of mind for families. We understand, as we just heard, about the tremors and the stiffness and the rigidity that occurs. And all of that has implications when you get into what we call the trip zone. And that's that area of 9 or 10 square feet as it is getting close to the table. A quick little video just indicating some of the challenges that families have when you need to move somebody up to a table. But I just wanted to show one quick video, and that's the one here where chairs that swivel. This is the chair that we provide. We've got plenty of testimonials from families that are caring for loved ones with Parkinson's that are saying, here's a chair that gives me peace of mind. The chair itself weighs a little over 50 pounds. It has a swivel locking mechanism. A person can get seated by themselves. As long as they have the ability, they're even able to rotate themselves directly towards the table. Following the meal, again, the swivel can be rotated from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, enabling the person just to stand and leave the table. We've looked at standard regular dining chairs. We've looked at task chairs. There's any sorts of products that are available to assist, but none of them have the locking or braking mechanism. And so to provide the peace of mind for families, this is what we've put together. I think we've got another video down here that shows it in a little more detail in terms of what it's like when we add a chair caddy to the bottom of it. And here you can see that the individual is being seated away from the table. He has access to both arms. Again, the chair is weighing a little over 50 pounds. The chair is not going to roll away unexpectedly. And again, as soon as the individual is comfortably seated, the lever can be tripped, turn the individual towards the table. And now the caregiver, in this case, needs to move the chair closer to the table. The caddy will enable you to do that. So ComforTek Seating's focus is on reducing the physical demands of caregivers and preventing injuries at mealtime. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy, for that wonderful and concise description of the product. Yeah, this is preventing injury for caregivers is a deeply vital task. So we appreciate that, Randy. Thank you. And again, that is on the Wellness Village. Next up, we have not just the best elder law attorney in California, but a PRO board member as well, William R. Remery, Esquire.
I'm here.
Welcome. Take it away, Bill.
Hi. Thanks. Actually, this was kind of an exciting year. In years past, when we were doing the in-person meetings, I travel around to each of the support groups in Southern California and kind of give you an update on developments during the year. And didn't get a chance to do it this year, but I got to tell you, there are two big ticket items, because I know we're doing little blurbs tonight, that I want to drop on you. The biggest one is that at the end of December, at the end of this month, so beginning of 2024, there is no asset test for Medi-Cal. So a person's assets are not relevant to qualifying for Medi-Cal. They may be relevant later on claims for reimbursement. They might be relevant on, are they generating income, because income is still relevant. So anybody who's attended my lectures previously on Medi-Cal planning and stuff, about half of it is still relevant. All the half talking about income, monthly maintenance needs allowance for the healthy spouse, all that kind of stuff is still relevant. But the big ticket is we no longer even ask about assets. They don't care. You can have a bunch of rental properties if you want. You can have cash in the bank. So that's probably the biggest news for the year. The second one is not quite as exciting, but day to day, it may be almost equally important. And that is they have changed, or they added to the California Probate Code a provision for what they call health care surrogates. Until this year, until January of this year, the only one under HIPAA and under California's SEMA rules, the only one who could speak with your doctors or make medical decisions for you is someone named under an advanced healthcare directive, which we recommend that everybody have and everybody should have in place. But if that person's not available or simply neglected to execute an advanced healthcare directive before you're in an institution, this new healthcare surrogate rule has made it much easier now for anybody in a position to assist an elder or a friend. You don't even have to be related, can be appointed as a surrogate just verbally. The patient can name the person as a surrogate, and I just have a copy of this in front of me. If the person's not able to do it themselves, then the surrogate can be named by, conservator or guardian, someone with an advanced healthcare directive already. But more importantly, the healthcare facility can appoint a surrogate. And then the code section gives the priority, starting with spouse, then adult children, then parents, then siblings, and then others. And it leaves it basically wide open. So it has made the sticking point that we have had in the past, where we get to a point and no one can make a decision. They say, go to court and get a conservatorship, or go to court and be appointed to be a healthcare agent. They have more or less eliminated that if there is an eligible candidate to take over for you. So I wanted to throw those two things out because they were big, they were important, and basically could affect almost any of our friends and family. So the new Medi-Cal rules, new health surrogate rules. Anything else that were to come up over the issues of whether it's the Medi-Cal planning, whether it's placement for skilled nursing care, estate planning, powers of attorney, all that stuff, you can just go to the Wellness Village and find somebody to help.
Thank you, Bill. I know we're going to have a few more questions about what you just brought up. So save those questions. We will have time at the end. And we do have another person here tonight who can talk a little more about Medi-Cal as well. So Golden Gate Hospice, do we have Dr. Arash in the house? I don't think I saw. Oh, hello. So
Hi.
Golden Gate Hospice, thank you for joining us, Doctor. There are a lot of misconceptions about hospice, but Golden Gate has a holistic approach that marries physical and emotional needs for a beautiful experience. We'd love to hear more about it.
Thank you for letting me join. So I wanted to really talk about what hospice doesn't mean giving up. Like the biggest myth around hospice care is that it means giving up on your older adults or your loved ones. Many people think that hospice care is only for people who are expected to pass away within days or weeks. And that's not true. The fact is that hospice is a type of medical care where the goal is to maintain or improve quality of life for someone whose illness, disease, or condition is unlikely to be cured. Hospice addresses all the symptoms of a disease, but has a special focus on controlling pain management, comfort, and other aspects, and that's the palliative aspect of hospice. It also focuses on providing comfort and support to both patients and families, and that's where our holistic approach comes in by working with different companies. We explain why using hospice service shouldn't be viewed as spending up to, speeding up as death or giving someone a death sentence. It shouldn't be considered like that. And we describe, the benefits of hospice to families and how it helps caregivers and families to know what it is. Just to keep in mind, again, President Jimmy Carter, he's been in hospice for 10 months. That doesn't mean he was dying. So that kind of gives you a perspective of what hospice is. Hospice doesn't speed up death. Hospice isn't a 6-month death sentence for a lot of people who think that's what it is. And it's really meant to help. And it's we've collaborated with the University of San Francisco for dementia help. We work with the Alzheimer's associations. We work with American Parkinson's foundations. So we have a lot of insight of treating patients and families. One of the things that families kind of misunderstand or misguide are how quickly patients decline when they do have a neurodegenerative disease such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's without realizing it. But we've tried to build a very good team to get not only the medical help, but we have doulas that go and help patients. We've helped families who don't even want to take care of their loved ones. We've set up programs and support. And we are one of a very few hospices that have contracts with LA County. So we are very valued for what we provide and all the services that we provide for the community.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a point that we try to make a lot here. Hospice is not the end of the road. It is in a really amazing, focused and concentrated treatment that often during that period, people experience great improvement. So Golden Gate has been a member of our Wellness Village for quite a few years now. We're so glad for that relationship, and thank you for that great explanation.
You're welcome.
So again, save your questions for the end. But next up, we have Home Instead Senior Care. Now, there's a lot of options to consider with in-home care versus care placement facilities. In-home care is an amazing way to stay home longer. It helps the caregiver. It helps the person with Parkinson's. And Arash is here tonight to tell us more.
I'm the Quality Assurance Director. So every day I go house to house to make sure that the caregivers that we provide are doing what they're supposed to do, making sure that they have a smooth operations, if you will, troubleshoot some issues, and to make sure that our clients, our patients are happy and pleased and comfortable. So, and we continue to provide that and making sure that our caregivers are trained in the taking care of Parkinson's patients specifically.
Thank you. Quality assurance is definitely a key function with in-home care. Can you tell us a little bit about what common issues might arise and kind of what to look out for with caregiver selection, in-home care selection?
Well, it's more on the specifics of the personality fitness. As you can see, the skills, not so much the skills wise, but patients have their own individual preferences, idiosyncrasies included. So that is a challenge at times. Sometimes they request certain personalities that has nothing to do with skills, but rest assured, we provide, we deliver.
Yes, Home Instead Senior Care and Rob Costello have also been members of the village for a while and really amazing community support members as well. I'd like to point that out, that they are just out and about in the community, really care about the area. So Home Instead Senior Care, cannot recommend it highly enough.
Thank you.
Now, Linda MacDougall is our next speaker. Linda is a holistic health practitioner, an author, and a massage therapist specializing in seniors and disability. So there's quite a few things you do and not a lot you don't do, Linda. Why don't you tell us about it?
I'm now transferring into speaking on aging topics, authority speaking agency. So I'm doing everything as I age myself. I recently did a podcast with Joe on the benefits of massage therapy for seniors. So you have that to refer to if you didn't see it and you were interested, please see it. But I do things like I have a younger, I'm in a senior living place that houses, it's not a retirement home, it's a senior living community in the community. And one of my cohorts did something and hurt her back. So I've massaged her a couple of times and now she's pretty good to go. I had somebody else who's a friend who she wanted me to walk her over to the other friend's house. And I did, and she had a cane that was way too high. And this is one of my topics in speaking, and it's my major topic, which is the vices of mobility devices and the damage done by misuse. Over 50,000 emergency room visits a year happen simply because of cane and walker accidents. That doesn't count wheelchairs or anything else. So it's a big issue and it's across the country. And it's something that is dear to my heart. As I age, I want to get this fixed. That's me.
Linda, that statistic about 50,000 emergency room visits over cane and walkers is mind-blowing to me. The vices of mobility devices, I hope we do get to learn more about that. And again, save your questions for the end, but I've got one or two questions for you, so stick around, Linda. And our next speaker is Roger Moore of Palm Desert Hypnosis. Roger is, among other things, known for running our mindfulness groups once a month on the third Tuesday. There are a lot of myths and mysteries around hypnosis. So Roger, we'd love to hear a little bit more about it and maybe bust some of those myths.
Thanks very much, Eileen. And it was mentioned earlier about the trips to around Southern California to the live support groups. I miss those days. They were quite exciting adventures with Joe. But yes, the mindfulness support group, our next meeting is December 19th, and our topic this month is sleep, and would love to see you all there. As far as what hypnosis can do for people with Parkinson's, I've been since 1996 helping people with Parkinson's with hypnosis. And what the data shows and my own experience shows is that some of the potential benefits of hypnosis for Parkinson's is reduction in tremors, pain management, improved sleep, stress reduction, enhanced emotional well-being, improved motor functioning, enhanced cognitive functioning, reduced medication side effects, boosted confidence and empowerment, better coping skills, and potentially even slowing progression. That one I've had some good feedback on, but there's data, more and more research being done about that, and so it's still a question, but quite possible. And the thing that's most important to know about hypnosis is that I don't hypnotize anybody. Okay, I'm a tour guide. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis, and my job is to teach you the skills of how to slow down your tremors or eliminate tremors, how to improve your sleep, how to get out of that trance of anxiety and stress and back in your body, being mindful and calm and relaxed. I teach you those tools so you can do them on your own, where you don't need me, you don't need recordings. My goal is that you have those skills. And again, I would just love to see you all as our mindfulness focused support group. And it's the third Tuesday of every month at 2:00 Pacific time. And you'd be welcome to join us. Thanks, Eileen.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Roger. A very valued member of our team. And exactly, I think something that Roger says a lot at the beginning of his mindfulness classes is I'm not going to make you do anything. And hypnosis, we get a little scary around it, but it's a really great tool for a lot of the anxieties and depression and sleep issues that do arise around Parkinson's.
Eileen will only quack like a duck if she wants to.
Exactly. And right now I don't want to.
All right.
So Cindy Johnson is our next speaker with Patient Advocate Agency. Having a strong advocate can make all of the difference as you navigate the healthcare system. Cindy is one of the best. So Cindy, please take it away.
Thank you. So I founded the Patient Advocate Agency probably almost 6 years ago. I'm a retired nurse. I'm a board certified patient advocate and a certified senior advisor, providing knowledgeable oversight to help guide care with the goal is of having a measurable effect on your quality of care and the outcomes. So some of the services that I offer are around clinical advocacy, care coordination, transitioning from hospital to home, whether that's using a home care company or transitioning into assisted living or a skilled nursing facility or rehab center. And I provide oversight in all of those settings. I attend doctor's appointments either in person or virtually with my clients, teach them how to prepare for a doctor's appointment so that they can get the most out of it. I do research on providers and physicians. So if there's second opinions are needed, or if you're new to the area, I'm here in the Coachella Valley. I've lived here for 28 years. I kind of know everybody and all the physicians and their specialties. At no point do I ever make decisions for my clients. I kind of provide a roadmap. I want them to have the most information they can possibly have so that they're making an informed decision about their healthcare journey. Some of the other services that I offer is I do medical bill reviews and negotiations with the financial departments at hospitals, and I do health insurance claim reviews. So I take a look at your explanation of benefits. If services are being denied or not paid fully, I can appeal those with the health insurance company. And I also help prepare for prior authorizations for different procedures that you may be having. I attend, help people prepare for surgeries and procedures. I can be there at the hospital at bedside. So I have a wide range of services that I offer, and it's all based on exactly what that particular client's needs are. And we work through a plan of action specifically for every single client.
Thank you, Cindy. Cindy, I don't think I've ever mentioned this to you before, but you gave a tip at another village meeting that actually helped me save almost $1,000 on an unexpected emergency room bill. So she knows her stuff. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Again, save questions for the end. I have a feeling there might be a few more for you, Cindy. But our next speaker is USA Reverse Mortgage, Jill Hamilton. We field questions all the time about paying for care. And if you own your home, a reverse mortgage might be one of the tools that you can use to help. So Jill, take it away.
Yes, so I do reverse mortgages. A reverse mortgage is a government insured product, and it allows seniors to access their home equity, and they can not have to make a mortgage payment. You can make one if you want to, but you cannot make it. You don't have to make a mortgage payment until you pass away or if you decide to sell the house. How a reverse mortgage works is they use the appraised value of the home and the client's age and current rates, and that determines how much you qualify for. And the money, because it's borrowed, it is tax-free money, and you can use it whichever way you'd like. There is certain requirements that you can only pull out a certain amount the first year, but after that you can pull out all of it. With a reverse mortgage, you're not required to pull out all the funds. So if you want to put something, I've had clients set aside something for in-home care, they can leave it in a line of credit, so it's not accumulating interest until you're ready to use it. And reverse mortgages are great. You have to be 62 years old or better, own your home. We do not do any leased land. That's pretty much it.
Thank you, Jill. Jill has shown up on a few of our village meetings as well for more in-depth explanation of reverse mortgages, and she is available on our Wellness Village website. Always a pleasure. So our next speaker is Angel Westerman with Dependable Daughter. This is one really incredible and simple way to improve quality of life and preserve dignity. And I have to say, when I first joined Parkinson's Resource Organization, learning about what Angel does was one of those kind of eureka moments that proved to me the really incredible value of the Wellness Village. So she is going to be talking about incontinence supplies, and it's not quite as simple as just going to CVS and picking a product off the shelves, but putting that little extra effort in and getting in touch with an expert can have really life-saving effects on the quality of on the person who benefits. So Angel, why don't you tell us a little bit more about it?
Thank you. I am always so excited to hear someone else who's excited about incontinence. It doesn't happen very often. And I did want to just start by saying I am always so impressed with all the resources that you guys bring together. I mean, tonight so far has been absolutely incredible with what you have to offer. So again, I'm always very impressed with what you guys do. But yes, I started Dependable Daughter because I became very passionate about incontinence care. And I spent over 15 years managing senior living communities. And so I've helped a lot of people over the years with their incontinence. And really doing that is where I started to ask questions. And I think that this is such a taboo topic. No one wants to talk about it. No one wants to say, I have incontinence. And so we just don't talk about it. And so we don't learn what's out there. And for years, I was embarrassed to say I didn't either. And it finally took this aha moment of me saying, there's got to be something better out there. And UTIs are the most common diagnosis for older people in the emergency room. And they cause a lot more than just an infection. They're usually the cause of falls. And so anything that you can do to protect yourself from a UTI is very, very important. And so this aha moment when I said there's got to be something better, I wanted to help my residents avoid these falls due to UTIs and avoid embarrassing accidents, avoid skin breakdown and pressure sores, especially when someone's not moving around a lot and they're incontinent. And as I started asking the question, I really found out that there are so many better products, but you're not going to find them on the store. They're not at CVS, they're not at Costco, they're not at the grocery store. They're premium brands. And one of the best ways I can communicate this to you, the difference between these products are they're both going to absorb. How much they absorb is also very confusing when you look at packages, because you can have super, you can have overnight, you can have moderate, you can have extreme, you can have ultimate. There's so many different definitions, and it's very confusing for people to really figure out how much they can absorb. But I will say they all absorb. The difference, there's two major differences. The one that's most important is, do they lock in the moisture? And the clearest way I can explain it is some products are more like a sponge. They absorb it, but if you sit down on it, you lay down on it, that moisture comes back up to the surface and you've got urine up against the skin. And that's where you're going to have your risk of UTIs, pressure sores, and skin breakdown. A really good premium product locks that in. And I didn't check before tonight, but I used to have a video on the Village website that actually showed that difference so you could see it for yourself. The other is how quickly does something absorb. And some products are much, much better at absorbing than others. And so oftentimes you can have a leak just because of the product is not able to absorb quick enough, and if there's not a good fit. So with Dependable Daughter, why I started this is I am your concierge service for incontinence. I will help you find out exactly what product you need for your level of incontinence. I'm not going to find a super heavy product for you if you don't need that. So I help you find the right product. We deliver right to your home. It's usually within 1 to 2 business days. And we actually have warehouses across the country. So wherever you are, we can get that product to you right away. We'll do a free consultation and checking in with you often so that if there are changes in condition, we can help you with that too. So we're going to make sure that you always have the right product for your level of incontinence. So thank you, and please feel free to ask any questions. I am happy to help. I'm so passionate about this. It really makes an incredible difference, not only in health, but also in dignity, comfort, and really lets you feel confident to go back out, enjoy your time, go out to dinner, travel, and do all these things that a lot of times people with incontinence stop doing. So thank you.
Thank you, Angel. Yeah, UTIs are common for people with Parkinson's. And one thing about UTIs is sometimes they manifest as symptoms of dementia rather than discomfort in your lower region. So we sometimes feel calls from people who are saying, hey, I've noticed this really significant change in my loved one. And they think it's a very, very huge grave issue, and in some ways it is, but in other ways it's actually a UTI, and it's something that could have been prevented with a little upfront investment in the right supplies. So
yes,
Angel,
I could talk 20 minutes just on that.
Yes. Thank you, Angel. We are going to close out tonight with Medi-Cal Consulting and the wonderful Lisa Ramsey. Medi-Cal, Medicaid, and all of these programs tend to strike a little bit of fear in people's hearts. They're not sure, the government's going to take my house, or I applied and I did it wrong. Here's an expert who can help.
Good evening. Hi. Thank you so much for the invitation for this evening. I've really enjoyed learning about all the other villagers and getting to meet some of your the individuals you support and what they're going through in their care journey here with Parkinson's. I've been a part of Parkinson's Resource Organization probably for over a decade now. I've had my company now over 20 years, been doing this over 30. I am a former Medi-Cal worker. I've worked in 2 counties as a Medi-Cal worker. And then I also worked in the nursing home industry as a corporate consultant for a number of years. So I understand a lot of what happens with admissions and discharges, and now the hospital, the nursing home, rehab center, convalescent hospital, nursing facility, skilled nursing facility, health and wellness center. It's all in how they market themselves. They all are nursing homes. There's a lot of things that happen when you're going in and out of nursing homes, in and out of the hospitals, that they don't explain to you. So with our services here at Medi-Cal Consulting Services, not only do we get you qualified for Medi-Cal, matter of fact, we're so confident we're going to get you qualified, is that we guarantee our services in writing 100% that we're going to make it happen. But we also provide you with ongoing case management support, which is huge, because it's not just about getting you or your loved one on Medi-Cal, it's helping you understand how to use those benefits. How would the programs work? What are the benefits now that I'm on Medi-Cal? So we'll help you understand how to use those benefits, how to apply for different programs. There's a lot of amazing programs that are available through Medi-Cal. They can provide a lot of assistance. I recommend when you get a chance to go to our YouTube channel. I put the link in the chat box for our YouTube channel. It's the very first chat I think I got in there, so you have to go to the top. But we have 15 videos. All they're all current, up to date, great information. Most of them are 2, 3, 4 minutes long. But the one that we recommend you start with is 18 minutes. It's going to blow your mind. I guarantee it. You will not believe the information you'll learn about Medi-Cal. It will dispel some of the myths that you've heard. And you're going to learn so much about the benefits that are available through Medi-Cal. So if you have questions about how to apply, go to our website, which is medihelper.com. And on the home page in the top right-hand corner, there's a big orange button that says free Medi-Cal assessment. If you complete that assessment, it only takes a couple minutes. It's real simple. We just want some basic information. Complete the assessment, and once you submit it, an option will come up for dates and times. You pick a date that's convenient for you, and we'll call you at that time and provide you with a free consultation. We'll go over your situation and help you understand how your circumstances relate to Medi-Cal, answer your questions, and get you on the right track so you can make an informed decision. All of our services are provided with 100% guarantee in writing and that amazing ongoing case management support. So if you're curious about how Medi-Cal can help you, no matter what you've heard, please reach out so you can get the truth about Medi-Cal. And thanks again.
Thank you, Lisa. So before I open it up for questions, I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. I know a few people logged on late and we had a few who weren't here right at the beginning. Is there a villager here who has not had a chance to talk about their service or product? Everyone in the audience has just learned a lot of information about the various types of care that are available out there. We've heard from everything like deep brain stimulation to reverse mortgages to incontinence care. So that's quite a range. Okay, well, thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight. This is always such a fun time. We get to learn a lot. We get to ask a lot of questions. And I appreciate everyone who joined and participated. All of these incredible wellness villagers and many more are available at parkinsonsresource.org/wellnessvillage. All right, good night, everyone.